Hey everyone, you may remember a few weeks ago we were here at this lake inlet structure on the river. It pulls clean water in, and this was all clogged up. We unclogged this about a week ago. Still got water coming in really fast. It goes underneath the access road right here, and it comes out on the other side. And this comes down to the small lake, and today we're gonna go look at the lake drain, see if there's anything on it. This is here to keep fresh water entering the lake at all times. It's going in and leaving constantly because there was no stream to build it on like you usually would with a man-made lake. And this is actually a good thing because the way it comes out of the river, it stops a lot of silt from getting in here and it doesn't have to be dug out as often. Much more efficient than a normal man-made pond that has to be dug out with excavators every few decades to stop it from turning into a marsh. Let's go down the trail and see it. And here's on the other side of the lake where it comes out. Isn't that cool? Water comes in one end, and this is where it comes out. Very little debris on it today. A few weeks ago there was a little bit, mostly on the intake structure, not right here. You see on the other side there's locks of wood that can be removed to drop the pond a few feet. Pretty cool. And it's amazing that the beavers don't mess with it here. It's so cool. It has a proper drain that's kind of hard for beavers to plug up. See the big beaver lodge right over here? And they completely leave it alone. I think it's just an inconvenience for beavers to bring stuff over here because it's so far. And the thing is, it's just so far away from their lodge, it doesn't even bother them. They got water, so why would they even bother? It would be so difficult because there's no trees anywhere near it. And this is where it comes out on the other side. Let's check it out. There used to be something here attached to it too. See this long pipe? That might also be some kind of device they use to stop it from freezing up in the winter. Check it out, isn't that cool? Hear it gulping, big air bubbles. That's because it's really close to capacity. It almost wants to get to that point where it starts to siphon because there's so much coming in. Because this pipe is kind of small for that size drain, and when it gets overwhelmed, it'll try to siphon, and I think these gulps are it keeps breaking. If the water was going through just a little bit more, it would get to that siphoning point, which would make it really dangerous. But you see how it's all rotted out on the end right here? Just a few feet in the ground when it wasn't flowing as much a few weeks ago. I took a look at it. It's not that bad. This is mostly from the freeze and thaw cycles, although the entire thing should be replaced in the next 5 years. The drain structure is completely fine though. But let's check out where it's going. Right out to the river, exactly where the water's coming from that I showed at the beginning. Listen to those nice gulps. A lot of current coming out of here. Pretty cool. We'll have to come back someday, maybe during the spring thaw, and see how it's doing. Let's get up here on the shore and follow it out to the river where it's dumping it back. There we go, dumping it back in the river. But just by the evidence here, see the sand and stuff? This water comes all the way up here. This river floods up here during a spring thaw. And that'll be the awesome time to come see this. See how this drain reacts. Over at the intake structure, there's a bunch of blocks of wood. It looks like they stack in there to prevent it from flooding in too fast. That is pretty cool, that gulping. It's trying to make a siphon, but there's not quite enough water. Beautiful red leaves. Most of the leaves are almost completely off the tree. Today's October 27th, 2021. Pretty interesting little lake drain setup. This debris is from last time we were out here a few weeks ago, but that's not beaver related. That's just as the leaves fall off the trees, they just float over here and get stuck around the edge. But this lake drain is so awesome compared to the Palmer one. It won't be clogging anytime soon. The intake, yes, because that's just a culvert. Any stick floating by in the river could potentially get stuck on it. But I hope this video was interesting. Thanks for watching. It's the beaver.